Hey guys, how are you? What's up? And welcome back. It's me, Hebot, your host of Toys in My Closet. And today we're going to take a quick look and unbox and review two G.I. Joe classified series figures. Starting with the Target exclusive, or the last exclusive of Target, which was the Cobra Island Barbacue. And the Comic-Con San Diego, I believe, Comic-Con exclusive for G.I. Joe, which was, or it could have been the New York Comic-Con as well, I'm not sure, either one, Zartan. And this is a re-release that has a bunch of more new accessories, disguises, and he has the feature that, you know, we all grew up with the original Zartan, which he changes from a light skin color to bluish when you put him in either the heat or cold air, which is really cool in that they managed to implement that feature in this 6-inch figure, which was not available with the original first release, which makes it pretty special and another reason to actually go out and pick it up, even though it is the same character. But it does have a lot of things to justify the repurchase, to be quite honest. Even the deco is quite different. So, really fast, we'll start off with the packaging. As you know, with classifieds, it's the same thing as always. You see that it's a window box opening, right? Looking really good, where you can see the whole figure within, as always. You see barbecue there, really nice. Wonderful artwork. Cobra Island, G.I. Joe. His name is Gabriel Barbecue Kelly. And then, of course, his powers or specifications that you can see there. If you turn it around. Up to number 32. He's number 32 in line. Same thing in the top, number 32. On the side, you see a better picture of the artwork, which looks really, really, really nice. And then in the back, of course, the Cobra Island map with the classifications and the areas that he is actually, you know, I guess assigned to. So now we'll move in a little closer to take a quick look. At the Zartan case, and his is pretty nice, pretty wide, as you can see. It's a very wide packaging. It has like this spin wheel thing where it shows the different disguises that he has, and then it's quite a few, and then his regular form. Nice silhouette of him there in the side, G.I. Joe, and then has the logos on the side of his classifications. He is number 31. A nice picture, you know, of the figures that we have, or the ones that we had so far, or thus far. The only one that was left was the Alley Viper, which, you know, finally he's out and starting to trickle out. Here's the side panel where you can see the artwork. And then on the top, it was just kind of like a window opening with the Dreadnought logo and number 31 there. So then what you do is you can actually open this up as a flap. And the first thing you see is the Dreadnought logo with that artwork, which looks really, really badass. The purple snake, the two knives across, the skull head, and the horns, which looks awesome. Just makes you more excited to see what other Dreadnoughts are going to look like. And here's Zartan in the box. And as you can see in the window openings, you can display everything. You see Zartan has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heads for disguises, his cloth, spear, bow arrow, new gun, backpack, and a whole complete new deco. So he looks really cool. So that's you know, what it is so far, as far as the packaging goes. That's what we got, and they look pretty awesome. So now let's take these guys out of the box and see what they have to offer individually. And here we have Barbacue, and out of packaging, all of his glory, and he is absolutely striking. He's really, really nice. He is a very, very nice nod and throwback to the original toy, and he looks the part, and he is the part. Like, he is exactly what we remember when we had the vintage one. And I have the vintage one, so we will see what he brings and how close he is when we do more comparisons. But as you can see, for all you Joe fans that grew up and know Barbacue, he is very much a perfect depiction. Very much like people felt like with Destro when he came out and was released. And we'll start off with, obviously, his face sculpt. Which we all know looks absolutely stunning. His visor, you can see there, the silver lining, all the details in the helmet, little panel going in black in the side that is part of the breathing apparatus, and you know, in the top and the side you see these vents also there. Very, very nice. Very good, sleek. It looks great. So, like I was showing you guys, here is, you know, his face plate, which looks really good, and then you see the gray on the vest coming down, all the little details there within the vest itself. The shoulders, the nice gray pattern. His kind of his tank with the little green reader. A bunch of straps with what looks to be magazine straps. Pouch there. You know, even some crevices of dings and pretty much like nicks on his armor all over. You know, because he's a firefighter. With the strap there on the side. And a nice high gloss. As you can see, it has the symbol with a black gloss and silver. His gloves in gray with the red lining in the inside on both sides. You know, as well there. You see the orange. The orange, this is like an overlay again on top. Pretty soft. With the orange trunks, and then the strap here on the side to hold, I believe is his water pistol. And the other side to hold an axe. And then his pads are in red. One on his pants, and then his boots in the black, which look really nice. With, you know, like charcoal black. Barbacue looks really awesome. I love the way his face coat looks as well. Looks really great. So let's take a quick look at Barbacue's accessories and what he came with. You know, with the figure, because he pretty much comes stacked with the stuff that he came with when you had the original. When you had the original, you know, the original vintage figure. You know, that when he was in the three-quarter in size. He pretty much comes with everything that you can remember. So let's do that right now. So here we go. We'll start off with one of the accessories that come with, and that is his actual hose connector that goes from the backpack to the water pistol. And it's a nice pliable plastic, but feels very sturdy. Here is the water pistol, very reminiscent to the one he had in the 3-inch vintage, as you see there. Nice matte black. Then he has his smaller axe, which is really nice looking, in a charcoal gray, with the silver in the blade and on the handle, which looks like it has spikes where you can maybe punch down walls and take down doors whenever they're weakened by the fire. Then you have his bigger axe, right, which is huge, next to the other one. Nice charcoal color as well, with the silver on the blade, and a nice grip in the bottom handle. And then his water tanks, as you know, classic style, with all the hazard warnings and with nice intricate details, and the orange paint job, and the grays over the tanks, the peg hole there, and then the slot where you hold another axe and the peg for the other holes to connect to the water pistol. So that is all of his accessories, which is really nice because it basically brings everything he did in 3.5-inch form. Now let's take a quick look at his articulation. So for his articulation, we'll start off with the head, and it goes left, it goes right, it goes down that much, and it goes up that much, and it has wonderful tilt and neck and ball joint movement. As you can see, he has a separate neck piece, which is actually a double ball peg in the bottom, which lets you move it with better range and gives you a lot of accessibility for the head, which is very nice. Then up here, as you can see, we have the shoulder goes up that much, go down, full rotation. He has the bisection roll. He has the double jointed elbows, not pinless but still double jointed. Then we have the hand, and this waist goes up and this goes down, and it actually turns on the wrist. On this side, I believe it's up and down too. Let's see. Yeah, it's up and down also. And then he has the waist swivel, and he does have a crunch in there, an ab crunch. He also has, the butterfly, and then he has the ab crunch, which do move forward about that much. Hyper extends back about that much, and he can rotate really nicely, as you can see. Then he has the drop down. He can do the Van Damme split pretty much better than any other Hasbro figure. He has the traditional, thigh swivel, double jointed knee. And you can kick back his legs all the way back. And a nice boot swivel. And then he has the forward all the way back and the rocker. So in traditional, in standard G.I. Joe fashion, this articulation is really, really awesome for great range. So now let's take a look at him with his accessories on. And here he goes. Here is Barbecue with all his accessories. And as you can see, he looks fantastic. He has his axe. He has a smaller axe stored. His backpack. As you can see, he also has the hose going from the backpack connection to the actual water pistol that he has. And I would advise that you be careful putting it in, because even though it's soft, you know, because we're adults and stronger, and this is plastic, we have a good probability of probably breaking it, but have to be kind of gentle pushing it in and snugging it in, kind of twisting it little by little until it goes in and it actually, you know, falls in place. You know, but he looks absolutely great. He's very reminiscent to the vintage style 3.5 inch, which we'll look later in the review. So now let's take a quick pause, and we're going to take a closer look at none other than Zartan, Master of Disguise. Okay guys, and we're back, and here we have Zartan out of packaging. And as you can see, Zartan looks very classic and very modern at the same time. He's also very striking with his blacks, silvers, very, very nice motif, very nice look to him. And let's get a closer look at him. If we pull back the camera, and we see here, and Zartan is one of those figures that he always, you know, stands out and looks good. He's a villain. Very striking looking, has a really cool design. He just looks very badass, you know. He's always has been. Now, this is the, you know, the hood that he always brings, but I don't consider this an accessory, even though it is removable, obviously. And then you see his head with the ball head only, you know. Oh boy, there we go. Okay, and you see him there with the ball head, right? As you can see, nicely detailed. His eyes and everything, and the smile. I don't know why he does that, but hold on. Let's see if I can. As you can see there, his face. I don't know why he does that, but whatever. His eyes are white. So let's put this back on. You see, he has the, you know, the brown snake leathery hood with the armor plate and the black and the silver motif. His shoulder pauldrons are black with that silver around them, black with the silver little lines there. See details in the top part of the vest, you know, silver there. Then he showed his abs or his six packs. When you turn around, he has all the paint job in there as well, and the little paint work done there in the strap. He has straps in his arms in black, and his biceps, as you see. These are his forearm gauntlets with the silver and the blacks, really striking too. Black. The gloves are black, as you see there, in black. And you see his belts going around. Hit the belt buckle, which also has a lot of detail as well. As you see there. Really, really nice. It looks like, let me see, it looks like, a bull, maybe? Or a skull. It's the Dreadnought symbol. That's what it looks like. There it is. And then he has a little peg there to put something in there. He even has a belt buckle. Belt going around. The sheath for the knife with the leather and black. His, pants again. That nice khaki brown. And these plates are molded in on the side. They're thigh plates. And he has kneecap plates in black. These are silver, highlighted with some black outline. And then his boots with the shin guard to protect the shin, as you see there. And the boots underneath that actually also have like tips, like in grayish, in a grayish color, just toe tips. And like I said, he looks really good. I think he even has, let's see, I think he even has a tattoo on the side somewhere. Not sure. No, I don't think it's there. I mean, I could be wrong. I thought he had a tattoo, but either way, regardless, he looks really good. He looks great. As always, Zartan never disappoints in figure form, no matter what scale. I mean, I have them I wish I had them in, hot toy size, which I was trying to get at one point. I almost got my hands on them and I didn't, missed the opportunity. But overall, Zartan always looks great. And, he is very, very reminiscent to his classic form in 3.5-inch size, like I said, and obviously here in the Black Series in 6-inch form. So now we'll take a quick look at his accessories. Okay guys, here we have it. Here are his accessories, and I have to keep a couple of details. Zartan is what they call a deluxe figure. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was the price range of either $34.99 or $39.99, and quite possibly $29.99. I don't remember. I have to check the invoice, but I believe because he's considered deluxe figure and he comes with so much more stuff, he was like either $10 or $15 more. So that is the reason why it's considered exclusive and is considered a deluxe figure, and it's more of a premium price. But as you see, he comes with a plethora of accessories, and some of the stuff he brings came with the original figure, right? With the single carded release. But he is missing some stuff as well that came with the original figure, which was his lucky rabbit's foot and his lucky snake head. So, those are important parts of his his accessories as well. So as you can see, let's start off with his bow and arrow. He made the bow and arrow in white, very much so the way that came with the Arctic Storm Shadow. And this one is actually really white in comparison to the Arctic Storm Shadow. The Arctic Storm Shadow's color was more of a ivory white. Then you see he came with the scarf, which is part of his attire, in the khaki brown. Then he brings his blade, very nice in the matte black. He has his classic pistol, or laser pistol, but it looks very futuristic. It's like the classic one in the 3.5 inch. As you see there, he brings the sheath that also came with the Arctic Storm Shadow with the Articulation symbol. As you see, these are painted in a burgundy color, black, as opposed to black and gold, like they did with, you know, the Arctic Storm Shadow. Then he brings pre-masked human skin. That one's the original one. It makes him look a little bit like Dial Tone. This is the little old man one. This looks like one of the old men from one of those little characters from He-Man in the Filmation. I forget the man's name. This scarred face. Looking like an older Sagat almost. Then he brings this mask, which is a Dreadnought mask. You can see it has the little technical things around the eyes, skull, with some red pearls. Looking really cool. The whited out teeth and the ivory skull. And then they have what would be, but I have to assume, the upcoming Storm Shadow, regular classic Storm Shadow head. I guess they put an extra one in case you wanted to put it on the Arctic because it's black, but this has to be what it's going to look like. You see, it has the ridges on it and the material. I don't know if it's coming out well or not. You see it there. It's really nicely painted. And then we have another Snake Eyes head with the gray on it, which looks more like with the gray visor, which looks more like the Fortnite and some of the classic stuff. I think had that gray visor as well. I prefer the silver one. And that's my personal preference, to be honest, but you know, it is what it is. 1 second. Hold on. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. Continuing on, he brings his classic backpack with the same shape and form and style. The pegs here on both sides, which that means you can house a couple of his things. So let me just try to open it so you guys can see. You can open it, and if you open it, you're actually able to store a mask, I believe, and one of his guns. Alright, here it goes open. As you can see, there's even painted inside. There's some technical stuff, electronics, which shows the attention to detail that Hasbro tried to implement to give you that extra love, you know. So last but not least is his rifle, which he has only a few times he used in in I think the cartoon, but I think it was one of the particular figures that brought it. The Zartan figures from the vintage 3-inch line that brought this rifle. See, nice black mat with the brown mat and the holster and the nice mat silencer tip, and he even has a hole in the end. You could probably put an effect from Marvel Legends stuff, of course, because that's the ones they usually bring you. I haven't seen that. No G.I.joe really bring it yet, unless they do an effects accessory pack somewhere down the road soon for your G.I. Joes, which would be awesome and would definitely do well. So what we'll do now is let's put some of these accessories on him, so see what he looks like. And before we do that though, let's take a look at his articulation. So here we go. His head can move over left. His head can move over right. Then he can look down. That much. You can look upwards. Keep in mind with this hood mask, it's kind of hard to show you, but you can look up that much. And of course, he has very nice, range of tilt, and he has a whole neck movement, because again, in his case as well, there is a neck post underneath that gives you, more range for dynamic boostability, which is cool. And here we go. Put it on him. His shoulder pulleys are connected to this piece there, so his hands do go up all the way like so. He does have the bicep swivel, and he does have the double jointed elbows. And if you notice, they're pinless in this version of the figure. So now they're going for the pinless style, which is great. His wrist goes up and goes down. For trigger action, his wrist moves. Then in his case, he waist moves. He can, tilt to the side that much, tilt to the side that much, and then he has the forward ab crunch that goes up this much, and then the back to hyperextend that goes back that much. Then you can do it, of course, together with the actual torso swivel as well, and it does it way more, or a little more, right? And the drop down legs in the thigh area, and he does a full bend and split as well. That drop down leg works very well, and you see he has the thigh swivel, the knee double jointed, also pinless, which is great. The boot moves forward, the foot goes back that much, goes up this much. It has the rocker. No toe tip articulation. Now you can kick the leg forward about that much. Bring it down, bring it up. It goes up about that much. And you can kick it back about that much. So you have a nice range of movement. So now let's take a look at him with his accessories. But before we do that, let's show what he can do as far as his feature. We're going to put him in the refrigerator real quick, and then we'll take him out so you guys can see the effect that he does. That was from the vintage toy. And here we go. Here is Zartan. And as you can see, he's turned blue on me. It's actually very cold. I had him inside the refrigerator. Put him there maybe 10 minutes. But he's still, didn't get completely blue there and some highlights. Like in the elbows. But as you can see, he turned blue. And that is very cool that they were able to incorporate this feature from the actual, his whole noggin is blue, his neck, half his face, from the vintage toy. A lot of people complain, oh, Hasbro cheaped out, they did this, they did that. I mean, I guess they were trying to figure out a cost-efficient way to do it where they can mass produce it and add the feature where it would be safe and wouldn't be a hazard either. Because there's a lot of guidelines when it comes to, action figures today. So there it is. Now let's take a look at Zartan with all of his accessories. Okay guys, here we have Zartan. And this is what he looks like with all of his accessory on. You see he has the knife in the sheath. He has the actual spear sheath in the back. The backpack connected to that. The pistol connected to the backpack. He's holding the actual bow arrow in white. and then the rifle on the other side. He has no, like I said, none of these other stuff like the, you know, the rabbit's foot and stuff like that to put on the side, but you can if you have the other one. That's where you can borrow it from him and put it on, like so, if you choose to. So what I'll do is I'll bring it in close and show you guys that you can do that. So you just put peg it in here, the one you have for the other one, which is the rabbit's foot, and then the snake head, and have a complete the Swamp Assassin Zartan and all of his glory there. You know, looking spectacular. He looks great, man. He looks really good. Definitely, I think he's feels more complete, right? He feels more, you know, what Zartan was supposed to be with the original release, as far as, you know, all the accessories, all the options. Like I said, I haven't even showed you the head. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what he would look like with the different heads, and then we'll do some comparisons. And here we go with the first head, and you'll notice right away that the face, you know, the whole idea is silly. It's just for play value. When you were little, he's the master of disguise, but obviously if you can't change his whole outfit, you're going to know it's Zartan. But, you know, you're for kids, it's for fun, so it's a nostalgia thing. But as you can tell already, the overlay on the face is so big that the, you know, actual hood doesn't sit right on the head when you're trying to place it on him. So it kind of looks off. It's too big, I think. Well, there, I squeezed it in a little bit better. Let's see. Yeah, there, it's a little bit better that way. But still, you know, that's what it looks like with the first one. Here's the old man one, which is by far the silliest one. Plus he has white eyes. I mean, you're gonna think he's a zombie or something. Here's the one with the white eyes, old man. Here it is with the Sagat, old man Sagat look. Scar on the face. This one looks kind of cool. Fits the character better, I think. Not too bad, as you can see. And here we have one with the skull mask, which for me is probably the coolest one. I just wish the face looked a little bit more flushed in within the mask. But, you know, still looks cool, you know. That's a Dreadnought outfit right there. Here he is with the Storm Shadow face. And to be honest, that head doesn't feel like it's snapped in right on the peg. So I'm thinking maybe it's just an extra head for the Arctic Storm Shadow. So you can see you can put it on him or use it like that, like so. So I don't know. I'm going to try the Storm Shadow one now, but that's what it looks like with it on. And last but not least, this is the one with the Snake Eyes mask, as you can see. The head looks small for him. I don't know. If you pull this off, you'll see what I mean. Oh boy. Kind of looks small for the body. But, again, it's supposed to be a disguise. So, you can use them for your Snake Eyes figures for sure. Alright guys, so now what we'll do is we'll take a look at some comparisons. So really fast, this is the first comparison that I will show you guys with him. So you can see here he is next to the first release. This is the first release here. As you can see, it has a much darker muted tone with the browns and the blacks, no silver highlights, no light brighter khaki brown. But you can have an idea of more or less what the differences are and how the accessories they come with each other are. Which I think looks cool. I mean, like I said, They both look very, very nice in, respectively to each other. But they also, look very different at the same time with the decals, even though they look pretty much the same. And it's the same figure, same accessories, same mold and all that stuff. But again, looking very different with the different types of paint jobs that they use. So I hope this is a good enough comparison showing you what they look like. Maybe I'll do a quick side by side, and use a quick side by side so that you can see what he looks like together there next to his first release. Like I said, very reminiscent but very different, and same at the same time. So now let's do some more comparisons. Alright guys, boys and girls, so here we are. Here is another comparison. As you can see, these are my 3 1/4 inch figures that I have from g.i.joe Classified. And I have 3 versions of Zartan. I never got the regular 25th anniversary from that line. But this one is from the 25th anniversary, but it's the gold label one. And the one in the middle here, this one was, I think, it came with a 2-pack of the real American g.i.joe Hero, like the one that came out last, and they had the Sky Striker. So I think it was g.i.joe American Hero, I think it was called. And as you can see, a lot of the things that are here, are borrowing from the one that you see classified as far as the silvers and black. He just has way more gunmetal silver, but he has a crossbow. Like you see that this is the crossbow that he has. And then this one here is from g.i.joe Resolute. He has a very distinct look to him. So a little bit much more different as far as the outfit goes. But he has a rifle. Look at there, you see? That's Resolute. And then this is the one where I totally believe that this was the idea behind the new deco for these, accessories, which is the gold label one. And you know it's the gold label because it came with this. The gold label figures came with this gold stand with 25th anniversary. And I think it was because they were painted much more detailed. It was like a more premium version of the 25th regular release in the single carded. And then would come with like extra paint or some extra deco. He has a knife in his leg as opposed to his back like in his Classified. He has the rifle. A very different look. His classic gun. As you can see, the classic backpack, which looks exactly the same. And you see that it has the silvers meshed up with the blacks in the figure. But this is the one that I wholeheartedly believe was the inspiration behind the convention Zartan. As you can see, they have a lot of, even the colors itself is burgundy and it is brown. Even though he's very, 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 very burgundy, as you can see based off the camera, or at least it's coming off that way. So that's the comparison. Now let's do comparisons of what we have with barbecue. And here we have the barbecues that I have. And as you can see, hands down, no questions asked, the inspiration came from the vintage, and this is the 25th anniversary. As you can see there, absolutely 100% the inspiration behind that guy right there. Dang, it could be baby brothers. Big brother, baby brother, there you go. And this one is the same exact barbecue, but this deco is more like a camouflage. And this is because he's part of the Slaughter's Marauders, Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders, which I'm going to actually sell all my Slaughter's Marauders versions, so that I only need the original version of each character. So if anybody's interested, hit me up, let me know. Whoa, because you know, he's something I don't really need to keep, due to the fact that, you know, I don't have all the space. Plus, you know, I really just want the original characters. So, you know, I'm going to just stick with these guys, with the originals, and get rid of my older stuff. Anyway, as you can see, there it is. Those are the only barbecues I have. So now let's do comparisons with a couple more stuff. And, you know, we'll go get to the end of the review. And here they go. Here are Barbecue and the Comic Con Zartan next to some other g.i.joe classified series figures. This is the Snake V2 Snake Eyes from the Timber 2-pack. The redecoed Duke has more of the neutral colors with no real other brighter colors on them, unlike the first print. Here we have a red ninja, and as you see, I kind of swapped it out. The red ninja swapped it out with one of the red ninjas from Marvel Legends. I put the head and the body to make it look a little bit more, you know, ninja-esque and different, which I think he looks cool. So I did that. And then I have the Marvel Legends Red Ninja with the Red Ninja classified head, as you see here, which also looks cool because it matches his shirt, his wraps it on his wrist, and his boots. So the headdress itself, so it looks cool as well. And the head is not too small, so it looks really, really cool to have this kind of variety and playability, really, to fix. So that's what they look like together. Probably take a quick peek at them next to some other characters. Here he is next to the Mattel DC Universe Mirror Master and the Diamond Select Lord of the Rings Gimli, which is a shorter figure, but still in this scale, which looks really cool and really great together. So move these guys out of the way, and show you what he looks like. Also with these guys out of the way. Show you what he looks like next to Super 7 Arnold Schwarzenegger, Conan the Barbarian, and the NECA Defenders of the Earth. Defenders of the Earth Flash Gordon, which is more of a 7-inch scale, as you can see here. Ooh. Whoa. Sorry about that. You see that the piece effect fell out. Which they also look cool, even though there are differences in the scales. They look cool next to each other either way. And they will look cool on your shelf, depending how how you put them together yourself. So, and let's put them next to something smaller scale, maybe like let's see, mistaken. No, it's Figma. The Figma version of the Blue Beetle Common Writer from Figma. There's one. And we can bring in the man from Rogue One, the engineer from Star Wars Black Series. I forget his name. Jesus, but he's the engineer from the ship. You know, just to give you guys an idea what they look like next. He's more of like a 5 1/4, the Figma, and he's a 6-inch. But he looks 5 1/4. Some of these Black Series figs just seem to be a little smaller, I guess, or look like they're a little smaller. So let's do one more just for the fun of it, and let's bring 2 figures that look like they're in flying stances. Do first the Space Ranger, Yellow Rangers in space, 6 super high, and the NECA, the boys, my man, and the boys, oh my god, I forget his name. Let's see if I can lift it up. You guys can see. There we go. You have an idea what they look like next to 2 flying characters. Forget his name from. Oh Jesus, the name's not coming to me. You guys know what it means. So now let's go into my closing thoughts and final opinions of the figures. Okay, guys, so here are Barbacue and the San Diego Comic Con V2 version of Zartan from g.i.joe's classified series. And you know, what can I say other than both of these figures are very striking and they're very well put together. The look and aesthetic, engineering, all very, very top notch, high quality, which we have now learned to, you know, receive from Hasbro. A lot of people started with the, you know, a lot of hate and bad thoughts on these figures. Now the new argument is, oh, are they better than, you know, Action Force, which, you know, it's a smaller independent line that's done at a more personal level with a lot less, you know, constraints and legally actions and you know, as far as quantities being made, which makes it a lot more doable in the sense of they're more made to as from, you know, pay to pre-order, which if they're pre-ordered, they're guaranteed. It's not like Hasbro that they do these in mass productions, and you know, you gotta sell them to retailers, pay a lot of money out to retailers for the shelf space and how many they're gonna carry, and if they carry too much, you gotta give them a bulk price, and so forth and so forth. Like when they start becoming peg warmers, or you know, they sit on the shelves, you know, they pretty much lose out on them, right? And stores lose out on them, so then it becomes difficult for the stores to pick up any more down the future if they don't sell fast enough or well enough to warrant their investments, right? Plus the marketing, all that stuff on a much broader and bigger scale, like on TV and commercials, and on social media and YouTube, things like that. You know, versus an independent company that the guy at Battleverse over there is doing with Action Force, which is doing a great job. Those figures look fantastic. But, you know, just the argument of trying to compare them, you know, apples to oranges is kind of stupid because it's not that simple. There's a lot of more technicalities and legalese differences in which why you cannot really compare them side by side. So figures are great. I give them a thumbs up. I absolutely recommend for you to add them to your collection. So if you can find them, barbecue still should be up from time to time. He goes up periodically. He's never really always out. On Target.com you can find them with no real problem and issues. And the Zartan, I guess it would be depending if Hasbro Pulse decides they're going to continue to load them up in there from time to time, like they did with this first Snake Eyes with the weapons rack. To give people more chances to get their hands on it, because it was con exclusive, which a lot of people couldn't go to the con for a lot of number of reasons, right? Or even when things were normal, they couldn't go for a lot of number of reasons because of its expense, and it's expensive. Guys, I hope you like the review. Those are my thoughts. I'd say that I highly recommend them, and you guys should go out and invest in getting them up and picking them up. If you can find them in the aftermarket for a little bit more pricing, I would say go for it, as long as it's not overly done. Like if barbecue is $40, $35, I'd say he's worth the extra cash, save you the headache. And the same thing with Zartan. He's about $35, $40. If you find them for $50, $55, then I would say it's worth the admission in the aftermarket price, just to save you the headache. So guys, this is your boy Heba signing off for another episode of Toys in My Closet. Remember, leave a thumbs up if you like the video, leave a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. Share the video with someone you think might like the video as well as you. If you came to my channel for the first time and you're new, welcome and thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed what I do enough to subscribe or give it a thought. If you did, remember, I am really grateful, and it means the world to me, because I know you didn't have to, but since you did, I consider you now part of my family. For all of you that continue to support me, that have been subscribed from day one and for many, many years now, that continue to give me the love and support, thank you. Because without you, my channel would not be sustained. It would be nothing. And I'm very grateful for each and every single one of you guys. You can find me on social media on Instagram under C_respect, or on Twitter under the world's most powerful gaming historian. The most powerful gaming historian. That's what it is. The most powerful gaming historian. Not world, excuse me. You can also find me on some Facebook groups, some, not a lot. But if you guys want to help me out in any way, shape, or form, because you like what I do, there's a way you can do so with a Patreon page that I opened, which I don't think nothing exclusively there, but it's there in case you want to help out. And with my PayPal information, it will help my channel grow and get bigger and better with more content as we go along, because I fund this all out of my pocket, and I don't really have a big subscriber base or Patreon, super chats or sponsors or nothing like that. It's just all out of pocket or with little helps here and there that I get from my kids and friends. Also, if you ever want to donate anything from me to maybe perhaps review, or you want me to showcase it, I would be more than happy to. It would be an honor for me to do so. Just hit me up in one of those DMs on social, and we'll work out the particulars, and we'll go from there. So guys, have a very blessed evening. Good night. Keep collecting. Be careful doing it, and be good and be considerate to others, because we're still in trying times, and collecting should be for fun and to put a smile on all our hearts and faces. I'll see you then in the next one. Bye bye.